speaking of which, right? I mean, I've always said I felt like, and since the XXL cover just came out recently, the new one, I always felt like the class you were on, 2014, was probably the last class that we look at and we could. Well, I mean, it's a little bit closer to the other ones, but where we could definitely say this was a standout year. I mean, what do you think about the classes that followed you guys and the one that just like was announced? Because I heard you rap about it, you call it the slow class. I'm not sure if we were talking about this year, but why?
I had actually did that verse before they did the cover.
I told you he was gonna have a good one for that one. He got you. Oh, you let him get you, man. Get that nigga.
Nah, I'm asking.
No for that shit.
I did that verse before they did. I did it like 4 days before.
When did it come out?
I did it on a Friday and it came out on a Tuesday.
That might have been true.
And they held it until the day when they
however,
dropped,
you still say
the new cover. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's pretty lackluster. You know, I feel like it's been pretty lackluster, and that's kind of like the state of a lot of hip hop. It's just kind of like, you know.
I think Joe would agree with you.
Don't try to make me be angry and mad at anybody.
No one's trying to make you
All
angry.
right.
I just said
I'm
a
happy.
statement that was based in fact.
Yeah, all right, so let me, because I don't have a problem with this year's list, right? What do you think, or what do you think is not represented on the list? Or it doesn't have to be this year or last year.
I haven't really dialed into this year's list. I didn't.
Smart.
I just saw the cover and shit, and I didn't like really look too closely. But so what was the question? What is?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is missing? Because I also like maybe from last year, you've called out Yachty before. I'm not sure if it's because he's not rapping as much or he can't rap as well. So I'm wondering,
I felt like missing from the cover was actually like some hip hop, you know. I think and some lyricism.
Okay.
You know, just bars. Some bars was missing. There was 0 bars.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
0. I don't remember who's on the cover, so.
Well, I'm thinking about last year and this year in terms of bars. Well, there's rappers on there that could rap, but they don't. Their hits or notable songs have no bars.
I don't care enough about the cover to discuss it further.
Yeah. All right.
All right, and we're done here. You want to move on? So you're down to do some news with us, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so we've been talking about XXX Tentacion a lot and his crazy stage
Oh,
dive.
actually, I hate to backpedal. I'm sorry. I did want to ask you about. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Joe usually does.
What do you think about the state of Chicago rap these days?
Chicago rap. You know, I think we always got pioneers in Chicago. We've had a lot of different waves, and I'm excited to see and kind of waiting to see if there's a new thing coming out of Chicago. But you know,
Like a new movement?
Like some new artists, because you know, when me and Chance were coming up doing our thing in the city heavy, I mean, we've had a whole movement of artists from all different angles, you know, and then you had drill as a scene that was like everybody was biting their flows all over, and right now I'm just, you know, peeping to see if there's something new coming out of Chicago. That's all.
Do you feel drill is like done? Because you also mentioned that you felt you were a little bit repulsed by the fact that so many people outside the culture of Chicago, they hyped up the music, not knowing that real lives were being affected, deaths and other type of madness happened within the music, and the music was a real life depiction of that. Like, how did you feel about that?
I wanted to slap you in your face, honestly. And I'm just seeing you here, so I'm like, this is a tame environment, so I would keep it to my words, but I really felt as if people exactly like you sensationalized and made a following off of clowning situations that we go through in real life. And I think, you know, niggas ain't had no right. You know, you specifically, like, you ain't never have a right. Like, whatever made you feel like you had a space to have a perspective on our people dying on a daily basis? That's a joke to you?
So, when I saw drill, and you could definitely chime in, when I saw drill was so hyped up by everyone, I had to give a different perspective of what that was for people to realize that's not cool. And whether you agreed with it, right? And again, you're very close, you're involved in it. Chief Keef didn't like me, Dirk didn't like me. I mean, I think they grew to understand that the content was not just negative. right?
No, it was clowning. It was just negative, man.
No.
Like, come on, boy.
You don't think it was nothing constructive about it?
There was nothing constructive about it, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I really think you're a bitch because.
In what sense?
Because there's a video that you put up about a person named Trey 57 making all these jokes. Oh, here's another Chirac Savage. Like, this guy's stupid. He messed with the Grim Reaper. Like, nigga, this is not a video game. That's a nigga I grew up with. I've known since I was 5 years old. And to see you come on the internet and, like, with this corny-ass little voice and make jokes about it, like, you know, I was waiting to see you. And it's a couple people waiting to see you. I heard you say you didn't want to come to Chicago when I sat down, because you clearly don't, because you really couldn't even stand outside. You get chased out the mall.
Wait, I do get love in Chicago though.
Like, out the mall, DJ Akademiks.
I mean, truth be told, there's a mixed reaction.
You know you can't deal with that.
So you act like there's no love for me in Chicago?
No.
I wish I'd have known.
And you need to.
I wouldn't have put him in that seat. I would have sat there.
No. When you talk about real niggas, man, from a real place, you need to watch your mouth.
I follow Vic. I follow the Chicago scene. The Chicago scene I've covered a lot. Here's where I disagree with you with, right? I understand. No. I can't say my part?
No, you can't.
Okay, no. So I disagree that it was just all clowning. Right? Now, there's satire used, right? And I know exactly what you're talking about. It's Warren Chirac, by the way, if you guys don't know. But I always had that positive message. Yo, y'all got to cut it out.
Satire is a form of clowning.
No. Yeah, but it's not on some, like, with no type of responsibility. Always offered
Zero
advice.
Responsibility.
Satire,
That's like
when
you
I look
sitting
up-
there, you're fucking.
Wait, zero responsibility when I'm offering
Yeah.
advice at times? And I'm
offering
also...
advice? Who made you eligible to even weigh in? You sitting at a computer jacking
Everybody
off,
weighs in.
fucking typing.
Wait.
typing
Everybody
about
weighs in
real,
on everything.
Talking about real life. You talking about real shit. What you know about that, bro?
No, doesn't everybody weigh in on everything?
Not in that way. You really built a following off of clowning our deaths, people that I really know. And you know what's fucked up about it, and why I said the things I said to you, is because were we to be in a room, there's no cameras, there's no security, you see us, you wouldn't make no jokes. You wouldn't make a single joke.
Well, first of all, I gave an outside perspective.
Would you make a joke? Would you make a joke?
A joke about what?
No,
That
you
was-
wouldn't
okay, give me a
Hey,
specific
don't
joke.
waste
No.
my camera time. He wouldn't make the joke.
You wouldn't make the
He
joke.
wouldn't make the joke.
So
Wait,
don't just
which-
be sitting like a fucking, you know, like an internet gangster.
No,
talking
I've
about
never
like making.
I don't think you understand me, truth be told. Because
Well,
I never portray myself.
well,
as
on
that.
another
And the
show,
reason I
we
say
can
that is because
understand
those are ballsy things to say. That you said. Those are ballsy things to say, not coming from a ballsy person. Pause. But those are brave things to say, and I don't take you for a brave man. I really think that that's cowardice. I think that entire perspective that I'm gonna make a life off of joking about these young black men killing each other, that's coward shit, man. And you wouldn't say it
Wait,
to
wait,
nobody
hold on,
when
hold
the
on.
cameras
Let
is
me
on.
ask you a question. Like, so you expected me to cover drill music, everything around it, but not like how do you cover that?
Who told you to make a video series? You're not even from Chicago, called The War in Chirac, where you go into the smallest details of like murders. What is that? Like that's, you know what? That's just like, that's parasitic. That's what they do to our culture from the outside, and that's exactly what you do to our culture from the outside.
I cover music. I have
That's not music.
You
I'm
can't
talking about
have a series
that's
called
not-
War in Chirac.
That's
and you've
not
never been to
music.
Chirac.
That's not music. I'm talking about where you think you're like basically one of those little kids that makes like fan fiction on the internet, and they just like create these worlds about people they don't even know. It's just kind of sick when it's real people dying young. I'm at those funerals. I just left one of those funerals on Friday. You feel me? From a 22-year-old shot 5 times on 61st Street. And that's something that you would take. I'm happy he wasn't a rapper, so you wouldn't clown him. Cause Trey, Nigel was my fucking brother. That's my brother I grew up with since age 5. And to see you clown him, and I know you wouldn't clown him if you ever saw us outside of a safe, controlled environment, man, that's some whole shit. But we should just move on.
We should move on.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
No, it's
I
fine.
didn't know this was a point of contention.
I was gonna chill. He asked me about what I think about niggas doing that.
He moved back to it.
I always gotta ask because
No, you don't. Let's move
Man,
on. We done.
Yo, let me speak. Let me speak.
You spoke.
Nigga, shut up. Listen, I had to ask that because
I let
that's
him
something
do it.
I've been interested in. You've always been very conscious and outspoken on that, so I always got to ask.
But now that
I mean,
you've
even if it's a disagreement or a point at me,
It
it's
sounds
fine.
like there's nothing
Yeah,
else
it's
to
fine.
say, right?
No, hell no.
It was well worded. Shit, I thought he did a good job. Let's get to it.
All right.
I
You still
should have
feel
been in that
good
seat
to-
though.
You still feel good to address it?
Yeah.
Okay.